Well, hello again, everyone. What is up? And welcome to another edition of SAT Sports with yours truly, Marcus. How you guys doing today? It's hot, I know, but summertime is here, man. I know you guys are excited about summer. I kind of am, but I'm kind of excited about a lot of stuff. But kind of stick with the summer only because we got conference tournaments going on with baseball. We got super regionals with softball. We got the NBA finals and the Stanley Cup finals coming. So once all that's over with, then I'm going to be ready for the fall. If you know what I mean, we're going to definitely talk about that. But since our main topic, we're going to be talking about how dominant the LSU Tigers baseball team has been since they swept Ole Miss and kept their hopes alive of getting into the NCAA tournament after conference tournament play because they needed that. They needed one win to get into the SEC tournament, but they had to sweep Ole Miss to get into the big dance once again as the defending champs. And man, they sure did that. But man, I'll tell you what, they've been impressing me a lot in the SEC tournament going on down in Hoover, Alabama. We had a couple of scores here for you. Let's go back to day one. We had four matchups. LSU eliminating Georgia in the first round, 9-1. South Carolina eliminated Alabama 10-5. Vanderbilt eliminated Florida 6-3, and Mississippi State eliminated Ole Miss 2-1 in those games. And then yesterday we had day two. LSU kicked it off in the morning again, winning 11-0 over Kentucky. Two grand slams, by the way, in that game. So early in the morning. South Carolina eliminated Arkansas. Actually, you know what? Yeah. This round, by the way, this was no eliminations. So if in the second day, if you lost, you get put in a loser bracket. So Kentucky didn't get eliminated. They fell in the loser bracket. South Carolina beat Arkansas 6-5. Vanderbilt beat Tennessee 13-4, and Mississippi State beat Texas A&M 5-3. That was a historic moment because for the first time since 2010, the top four in the SEC tournament all lost the same day. So 1 through 4 are now in the loser bracket. And we got an update just now. The first game just finished. Kentucky beat Arkansas 9-6. So Kentucky survives. They eliminated the Razorbacks. They're out of the SEC tournament. We got Tennessee and Texas A&M that's fixing to kick off in a few minutes. Loser is eliminated. The winner moves on to play the winner out of Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. You know, LSU will play South Carolina later this afternoon at 4:30. The winner of that game will play Kentucky in the semifinal. LSU will play in the semifinals if they win, but if they lose to South Carolina, they will fall in the loser bracket with Kentucky. So I think they're going to pull it off. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, the winner advances to the semis. The loser will fall in the loser bracket to take on the winner of Tennessee and Texas A&M. So that's how it's going so far. But if you're in the semifinals, it's only, I think it's win or go home. Like if you lose in the semifinals, you're eliminated because I think it's a straight shot to the finals. And then, of course, it's only one game, so they're not playing like a series here for that championship. So it's like one win. You win the SEC tournament, you win the finals, you're in the tournament. You win the tournament. Started my words there just now. Speaking of college baseball, I know there's some it's a big day for college baseball for the state of Louisiana. As I actually got an update from all the teams that are playing in their conference championship tournament this week. I already gave you LSU's big news. They got a big game taking on South Carolina for a chance to go to the semifinals. Meanwhile, I look at the other teams. Louisiana Tech is taking on Mid-Tennessee. It was a delayed game. I haven't looked at their bracket to see if it's an elimination game or not. Meanwhile, let's look at the Sun Belt Conference tournament going on. I know the Raging Cajuns in the first round, they fell to Old Dominion 7-3, and they're going to play James Madison in an elimination game. They have to win this game if they want to keep going. So that's going to be crazy. UL went into that conference tournament, the number one team in the conference, and they could possibly get eliminated. That would kind of be hilarious. Meanwhile, the Southland Conference tournament that we got quite a bit of teams from our state. On the top bracket, I know McNeese is coming in at the 5th seed. They beat Northwestern State 10-5. They're going to play Incarnate Word, who upsetted number 1 Lamar 6-3. So McNeese got a big game going on just there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, we got 3 other teams from Louisiana. I know Nichols beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi 14-2. They're going to play the winner out of the University of New Orleans and Southeastern Louisiana, which they're going to play also later today. Remember, the winner moves on to play Nichols. The loser will fall into the elimination bracket of that game 4. So good luck to all those teams. Also, we got Tulane. Can't forget about Tulane. They got their first win in the first round. They're playing in the second round to take on Charlotte. So good luck to those guys. Meanwhile, so that will all be all the talk I have for college baseball as we continue on before we have the selection show where it's going to determine who will host regionals and who can be punching their ticket to get a chance to play in super regionals in Omaha and whatnot. However, I can bring up super regionals for college softball because we got 16 matchups going on. Only 8 can punch their ticket to Oklahoma City. So we got Texas and Texas A&M playing in a super regional. Texas advanced, beating Northwestern 7-0, while A&M advanced, beating Texas State 8-0. This is a rivalry that will also be reborn when Texas officially is in the SEC starting July 1st in all sports. Who punches their ticket to OKC in this one? Remember, they're all best out of 3, so whoever wins 2 out of 3 moves on. I'm going to have to go with the Longhorns. They're one of the heavy favorites to win the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. So I got them moving on. We got Stanford Regional, Stanford, and LSU. This is a must-win for LSU, I think, for Beth Torina's sake. They advanced, beating Southern Illinois 9-0. Stanford advanced, beating Cal State Fullerton in the second game 4-2. I'm sticking with LSU to win, but if Stanford beats LSU, I think it's Beth Torina's job to be over with. I think it's done. Meanwhile, Stillwater Regional, Oklahoma State taking on Arizona. Oklahoma State advanced, beating Michigan 4-1. Arizona advanced, beating Villanova 9-4. Give me Oklahoma State. I think we'll pull it off. Florida and Baylor at a super regional. Florida beat South Alabama 9-1 to advance. Baylor took down the Raging Cajuns in their own regional 4-3. But I'm going to have to go with the Florida Gators in that one. Ooh, this will be a good one. All SEC matchup. Tennessee and Alabama. Tennessee advanced, beating Virginia 6-0. Alabama advanced, beating Southeastern 10-2. Oh, God, I would love if Tennessee could pull this off. So, 12-2. Remember, they won that. I'm going to go with Tennessee. UCLA and Georgia. UCLA advanced, beating Grand Canyon 9-1. Georgia advanced, beating Liberty 3-2. Give me Georgia. No, I take that back. Give me UCLA winning that one. Missouri and Duke. Missouri advanced, beating Omaha 1-0. Duke advanced, beating South Carolina 10-1. I'm going with Missouri in this one. And then finally, this is the main event. 2 powerhouses, Oklahoma and Florida State. Moving on, Oklahoma advanced, beating Oregon 3-2. Florida State beat Auburn 10-4. Oklahoma is always one of those heavy favorites to advance. So give me Oklahoma to move on into the Oklahoma City College World Series. Well, that's all the softball talk I have, but I do want to bring up one more thing on baseball before I get into any other talk. And I might make this a 2-parted episode, just so you know. I might have to leave in a bit. I have some issues here I got to do, but I might do a second half. But I want to talk about Paul Skeens real quick. And I talked about him on last episode, how he did in his debut. But let's talk about his first win as a starter. Because, Paul Skeens, he was nothing short of dominant against the Cubs. He struck out the first 7 batters he faced en route for his first win. And they beat the Cubs 9-3. But on the side in the first inning, as well as the second, and opened the third inning with another strikeout before he was finally put into play. But over those first 7 strikeouts, Skeens hit triple digits on the radar gun 9 times, including hitting 101 on a fastball to Miles, how do you say his name? Master Buoni at the end of the 3rd inning. He pitched all the way into the 6th inning where he closed out with his 11th strikeout on his 100th pitch. It too topped triple digits, and it was his 12th pitch of the afternoon to hit at least 100 miles per hour. And Paul Skeens did make history. He said became the 3rd rookie with 7 strikeouts to start a game, joining Jacob deGrom and Jim DeHaze to accomplish that feat. He also became the first rookie with an outing of at least 6 no-hit innings, along with 10-plus strikeouts since Chris Hetson threw a no-hitter for San Francisco against the Mets in June of 2015. Other thing, the Pirates have been keeping the former first overall selection on that strict pitch count. So he was lifted after 6 innings without allowing a hit and having given up a single base runner and a 5th inning walk to Michael Busch on a full count. Now, when's he going to be the starting pitcher again? No telling, but I hope soon, because that's going to be something to live for, to watch him. I do have one thing I want to bring up about NASCAR. We had All-Star Week this past in North Wilkesboro. For the All-Star Open, Ty Gibbs won the race. Bubba Wallace came in runner-up. Josh Berry was in 3rd. In the All-Star race, Joey Logano came in 1st. Denny Hamlin as a runner-up and Chris Buechner in 3rd place. Then we got the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend down in Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte Motor Speedway. But did you see the altercation that happened? Had some altercations with Kyle Busch and Stenhouse. I can't pronounce his name, but I know Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse is crew. I know Ricky Stenhouse is getting fined $75,000 for punching Kyle Busch, and they suspended 2 crew members from the JTT Daughtry racing team, which they're both douchebags anyway, but they got what they deserve. That's all I got on the NASCAR talk. I do have a little bit of football talk. I think I want to get college out of the way. I can run this one quickly. I know week 0, if you want to count week 0, we're about 93 days from week 0. But, man, we are officially 100 days away from week 1 of college football. I know you guys are excited about it. So excited. They already ranked the top 6 matchups going into week 1. So check this out. Coming in at number 6, we got Boston College at Florida State. That will be a Monday night game at 7:30 on ESPN. Number 5, North Dakota State at Colorado. Thursday night matchup at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Number 4, Notre Dame at Texas A&M on Saturday, August 31st at 7:30 Eastern on ABC. And College Game Day will be in College Station for that, not the number 1 seed. Number 3, Miami at Florida. Saturday, 3:30 kickoff on ABC. Number 2, USC versus LSU in Vegas, 7:30 Eastern on ABC on Sunday, September 1st. And at number 1, Clemson at Georgia, Saturday, August 31st, noon Eastern on ABC. I take it SEC Nation will probably be there. If you're not going to have your best college football kickoff show there, it's probably going to be the second best in the SEC Nation. We'll see there. I do have a couple other things about college football just to get you hyped up. So I have 2 different lists here of top 10 matchups. Right here is college football's most meaningful games of the 2024 season. So at number 10, we got Texas at Michigan. Number 9, Alabama at LSU. Number 8, Clemson at Florida State. 7, Ole Miss at LSU. Number 6, Oregon at Michigan. Number 5, Georgia at Ole Miss. Number 4, Georgia at Alabama. Number 3, Ohio State at Oregon. Number 2, Michigan at Ohio State. And at number 1 for the most meaningful game of the season, Georgia at Texas. Now, this other list I'm going to share is college football's 10 must-watch non-conference games of the 2024 season. Number 10, they put Penn State at West Virginia. Number 9, Boise State at Oregon. Number 8, Notre Dame at Texas A&M. Number 7, Tennessee at NC State. Number 6, Alabama at Wisconsin. Number 5, Clemson at Georgia. Number 4, Miami at Florida. Number 3, Florida State at Notre Dame. Number 2, USC versus LSU in Vegas. And at number 1, Texas at Michigan. And correction, Clemson, Georgia is actually going to be played in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So that's all the talk I have for tonight. I got to cut it short, but there you see my handle at MarcusLee337 on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch SAT Sports anytime on demand. But I got to get rolling, but I will do a second half later tonight to talk UFL and the IFL. It'll be a short one, but thank y'all for tuning in on such short notice. I will have a second half later today. I guarantee that. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good afternoon.